at you all the way from our dorm rooms to your conference rooms. Sabah and Dan team in here, two college students who are ready to talk to you guys about business and lifestyle from our personal experiences.
Each week we'll discuss about our lifestyle as college students as well as our tips and strategies starting in the business field. We'll bring on successful entrepreneurs in the millennial generation to share with us their journey and how they got started and where they're at now.
Our goal is to help you students, millennials, and entrepreneurs gain inspirational advice by our spontaneous conversations and meaningful guidance. Let's dive on in.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 68 of Dorm Rooms and Conference Rooms. Guys, I know as always we usually have a guest on here, but Sabah and I had some minor difficulties here. So we're actually just going to do, a good little recording about what's going on, throw in some tips and tactics of how to upgrade your business and kind of talk about what we see for the future of DRTOCR. But, guys, we never ask you to do too much. So if anything, if you like what you hear and you love us a little bit, just rate, subscribe, and review, and it would be super helpful. But to get us going as always, Sabah, how are you?
I am doing pretty well. I have been really kind of excited, but still kind of bummed out because next week I start school again. So, doing everything that we've been doing this entire summer and then packing it on top of classes, it's kind of going to get a little hectic here.
Yeah, it definitely gets a little bit hectic. Don't get me wrong at all. Right now I have to do a job and this stuff on the side and just kind of keep going from there. Sabah, you're 21 now, so how's that?
Oh yeah, so we're recording this on a Tuesday, so I just turned 21 yesterday, and it was different because it's kind of like a milestone now, and just looking back on everything that I've done in 21 years of life is it's pretty cool to see. Doing a podcast show, writing a book, and everything else, and then just going into my senior year is kind of crazy, honestly. So not too much of a difference, but definitely looking back on everything that I've done and looking to see what I'm going to be doing in the future is kind of crazy and just kind of scary also.
Yeah, right. Tell me about it. I remember I'm 22 now. I remember turning 21. I thought it was a great day. I could finally go drink legally. And then, I kind of put my life more in order in the past year here. So we'll definitely see how things change, come January of next year. Sabah could already see her life completely changing just with it just comes from a simple mindset shift, right, Sabah? You can probably talk on it. Both of us kind of shifted our mindsets, and now we're doing, things that are going to pay off in the long run. Maybe we don't see instant gratification, but I don't want to see instant gratification. I want to see hard work pay off.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually just did a Facebook Live yesterday, and I talked about my blog post that I posted yesterday for my birthday, and I talked about 10 lessons that I've learned and how I've been applying them to my life. And a lot of the things that I talked about is really about your mindset, the people that you hang around, and just really being yourself. What we're doing, Dan, you just graduated, but I'm still in college, and a lot of people when they're in college, hang out with your friends, going out and stuff. That's not always a good to be around people that are always doing that because it puts a damper on your mindset. So for me, when I was writing my blog for yesterday, for my birthday blog, I was thinking about how so many people like you, Dan, Brandon, everyone else that I've met throughout the past couple of years while being in college has helped me so much to do everything that I'm doing right now. You can't do anything yourself. And that's one main thing that I've learned throughout my entire life is always surround yourself with people who are going to help you and push you to really reach those goals at the end of the day.
Yeah, guys, and trust me, it's not like this is rocket science at all, right? If you just read a good book like we've read Think and Grow Rich or How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it's just things like that, or How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. You will shift your mindset and you'll start to go on to bigger things and you'll start to think bigger. And that's kind of the problem with us. A lot of us just want the instant gratification and think small. And really, you shouldn't be thinking about, how are you going to get $100? You should be thinking about how you're going to get $10,000 or whatever it might be, right? So you got to start thinking a lot bigger because if you shoot for a metrics of say 5 sales in a day, you're going to hit 3, right? You always shoot for that higher goal because you're always going to land, at the one just below it. And the one just below it's good enough, but you always want to keep striving to be better, right? One of our mentors, Brandon T. Adams, always says, aim for the stars, land on the moon, aim for another star, land on another moon. And he's said that so many different times, and it's so true, and it's something for all of us to think about. Definitely, you got to change your mindset.
Yeah, for sure. And like, just like looking back at like everything that we've done, I mean, our podcast, it's been like over a year now, and we're on episode 68, and we're still going for, I mean, a lot of people, like, they might not see instant success and listeners on their podcast right away, and they might just quit after like episode like 20 or something, but like we're still going at it. We might not have like thousands and thousands of listeners yet, but eventually like that day will come. So it's a lot of it is just about like pushing it and just keep going towards that success, because at the end of the day, I mean, you're not going to see like overnight success at all. I mean, it takes a lot of work. I mean, Dan and I, we put so much work into stuff. We've seen stuff fail, and now like we're still working to like grow this brand, grow our podcast and stuff like that. So I mean, it takes a lot of work. Like just over the past couple of years of everything that we built up is just so crazy.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Like, Sabah and I have failed so many times at so many different things. I mean, I remember when, we first started this, we didn't even know what we were doing. We still mess up to this day. I accidentally released episodes without names on them. Like, it happens. Like, mess ups happen. You just try to make them few and far between. And every time it happens, don't worry, Sabah makes me accountable and makes fun of me. But, it happens, right? It's just something that's going to happen. You're going to fail. You're going to screw up. And it's all about how you react to it. And it's all about how you're going to make it better the next time it's going to happen, right? Or next time you go around, right? So, like, it's just something you got to keep working through.
Yeah, definitely. And like, it's also about like having fun throughout your entire journey, because if you're serious all the time, like you'll miss out on a lot of different like experiences and memories that you can make. Because I mean, like both of us, we love what we do. I mean, we love to work, and we can probably work like nonstop, but then there also comes that time where you have to step back from like the work that you're doing and just spend time with like family and friends. And that's something that like I've gotten really good at, because I mean, I work a lot, and then on top of that, I have like classes, studying and stuff, but I still make time to like go out for a little bit and see my friends, but then at the same time make sure I like have all of my priorities straight. So also like always just have fun, because at the end of the day, it's about like the memories and experiences that you make.
Yeah, even if you're not successful, the stuff you do is just going to be a story at the end of the day, right? Don't think of yourself like, oh, I didn't succeed, I'm a failure, this was stupid, I look dumb in front of a bunch of people. No, it's like you took a chance, and you took a chance that 99% of the population will never take in their life, right? Like Sabah right now and I, we're still taking a chance, doing this podcast. By all means, we might be 68 episodes in, but we're still taking a chance every time we put something out there, because it might flop, it might fail. But Sabah, kind of redirect our conversation. So you and I talked about, kind of changing up to really start, monetizing our brand now that we have a little bit of something built up from under us. And, what do you think, what do you see the future for DRTOCR being in the upcoming, next couple of years?
So I love to see everything in the future. So for DRTOCR, we like started this when we were college students, and it really is a podcast for college students who may be interested in entrepreneurship and business. So in the future, I can really see this turning into like an entire like brand and a movement for college students, who are interested in entrepreneurship, who already have businesses. I know when we actually first started this podcast, we were thinking about a lot of different ideas about going to different campuses, like, and actually doing podcasts at those campuses, and, recording videos and talking to different students and highlighting different students who are doing amazing things at different universities. So I really still see that in the future with DRTOCR. I mean, just starting out, it's one step at a time. This podcast is like getting there. I mean, it may not be like right away, but like years down the road, I can definitely like see us still doing that.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing too, guys. Like, our vision is so far down the road, and by all means, do we still want to make that happen? I think that'd be one of the coolest things ever, where Sabah and I kind of travel around through the Midwest, through the country, whatever it might be, and interviewing college kids who are making it happen right now. Because as it stands, college isn't going away, and it is something that will be here a very, very, very long time. And a lot of people are still going to it, obviously, millions of people a year or whatever it might be. I don't even know if it's millions of a year or how many people go to college, but there's tons of people who still go to college. And within that, there's going to be great entrepreneurs that need to tell their story and need to get the word out there about what they're doing. And it's going to be something that Sabah and I really want to, talk to them about and things like that. But even from another standpoint, like Sabah and I have learned so much in the past year. We've learned how to brand ourselves. We learned marketing. We've learned, she became a best-selling author. Like, we've learned so much, and we're starting to, actually turn into coaching people on how to do some of those things, or even just like maybe build out a course on how to do some of those things, guys. So there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming out that's going to involve, us coaching, us doing one-on-one coaching or group coaching or whatever it might be. So definitely stay tuned to hear more about that. But guys, just stay in touch with us. You can reach Sabah more directly at sabahali.com, and you can find myself more directly at danielteeman.com. Sabah, what are some final words?
Definitely connect with us. We love talking to people who are aspiring to be successful entrepreneurs on really anything you guys are working on. And I love to just talk to different people and see what new things are going to be coming up in the future. So definitely connect with us, guys, and keep grinding away. But that is all we have today on Dorm Rooms to Conference Rooms.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Dorm Rooms and Conference Rooms. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you haven't joined our accelerator program yet, you can find that at livetogrind.com/college, where we connect you with today's latest influencers and experts in their fields.